recent court case has made her the most famous party organiser since Norman Tebbit. So would you please welcome and get your luncheon vouchers ready for Madam Cynthia Payne. Hello again, Cynthia. It's nice to see you. Now, we just mentioned the court case.
Yes.
So just clear up, what were you actually being charged with?
I was charged of controlling 10 girls, and it was just a party, that's all. But unfortunately, they caught 3 couples in the bedrooms, and because of that, on the charge. If they hadn't caught anybody in the bedrooms, there would have been no charge.
Because you actually pleaded not guilty, didn't you?
Definitely, yes.
Mm-hmm. And you weren't guilty. That's
weren't
good
guilty.
established now. Cynthia wasn't guilty.
It made a change to plead not guilty for a charge.
Certainly sounds like the kind of party I'd like to go to.
When you get older, not now, you're too young.
I'm too young. What kind of age are you looking for, Cynthia, to invite to a party?
45 to 65.
Yeah, you're right, I am too young. In court, you know, some of the things I saw the reports in the paper, there were some funny stories coming out there. I mean, what kind of things happened on the night of the raid that were...
I'll tell you a very, very funny story that happened on the raid before this last one. The police, in 1978, the police burst into the bedroom, and there was this elderly gentleman, about 65, and this rather lovely young girl, and the police rushed in. They said, "Stop what you are doing, we are police officers." And this old boy said, "Oh, I don't know who you are, but I'm not going to stop now." And that was true.
How long did he keep on waiting for? You got any idea?
Well, from what I hear, the police officers stayed in the room until the chap finished. Yeah, that is true, not made up joke.
I just hope they weren't talking amongst themselves at the time. A bit of Now, you're looking very smart tonight. What kind of clothes did you wear when you were in court? Did you change your image at all? Or?
No, I always look respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm not, you know. I like to look respectable.
No, I think you're perfectly. We wouldn't have any people who weren't respectful on this show, or even respectable. There's a movie coming out soon based sort of loosely on your life and some of the stories.
Yes, it's called Personal Services, starring Julie Walters.
And
I rather like the title, don't you?
Personal Services. Certainly do.
Oh,
and is the film good? Have you seen it?
Pardon?
Have you seen the film yet?
Yes, I've seen it twice, and I'm quite happy to see it another couple of times. It's great.
And are you pleased with the way they portray you in it?
Well, it's very funny, you see, and it's a laugh all the time. And I think one has to see it 2 or 3 times to get all the laughs, because it happens too quick. It's a very fast-moving film.
So what you're saying is we should all go and see your film about 4 or 5 times.
Yes! And I'm not blagging it, but it is good.
You're not at all, no. Far be it from us. I know, obviously, there are a lot of party scenes in the film, but the parties are what I'm really interested in for various reasons.
Or when you become middle-aged and elderly.
Well, even now, when I'm kind of like, well, middle youth and elderly, but...
Well, there might not be a Cynthia Payne around when you get elderly.
Well, I hope there is. I hope you're still around then. But what did you provide at the parties? What kind of things did you lay on?
Food, drink.
How behave yourselves?
You have to put plenty of drink on, you see, because the girls are a bit inhibited.
So what the girls
but the men don't drink very much.
Why don't the men drink?
Well, they know darn well they can't manage. But I'm afraid the girls have to drink.
Manage what? There's just a bit of dancing. I always drink, but and have a dance after?
Food, drink, and a striptease show.
Nice striptease show, yeah.
You know, a choice of girls to go out.
Yeah, well, it sounds like fun to me. You used to run brothels, of course, didn't you, before your party
In the old
days?
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Really, I always wanted to be in the theatre, and I've analysed myself, and I think this is the nearest I'll ever get to show businesses running my sex parties.
Sounds a lot more fun than most of the plays I've seen. What kind of requests did you get from men at brothels? Because people ask for some strange things, don't they?
Well, the most odd request we had was a man about 55 that wanted to be dressed as a baby, and he actually, this is true, he actually brought his baby bottle with him with milk in it.
Milk in it?
A nappy.
Nappy?
2 safety pins.
Yeah.
And he came actually to the brothel. This was in 1973. And I've never had one like this before. He wanted 2 girls dressed in a nurse's uniform, and we had to put him on the bed, put nappies on him, and he paid for the hour. But the funniest thing was that we had to go and heat the milk in the kitchen. Yes, no, this is true. And we had to come back, draw the curtains, put the nappy on him, put him into bed, draw the curtains, and leave him for half an hour in that bed.
Yeah, and what harm does that do, eh? I mean, if you can't go out and put a nappy on in the evening like a normal person, and you get into trouble.
I only ever had him the once. I don't think we could have satisfied him, and he never came back.
Maybe he didn't give you enough rusks or something, was that?
Something like that.
That's strange. I've never thought of trying that. Anyway, maybe now. I read somewhere that you think you know what men want. You can weigh up a man sexually.
Yeah, not when you're young, though. Roughly, you know, I get a pretty good idea what he's like in bed.
How can you tell? What do you look at?
Oh, sometimes I'm wrong, but you just get a rough idea whether he's straight, kinky, or hard work.
Oh, hard work, yeah. Which are the easiest, the straight, the kinky, or the hard workers?
Straight, I would think.
The straight are the easiest. You just know what they want up front.
Yeah.
I suppose the kinky, there's a lot.
Front.
I didn't mean anything like that.
Well, no, that was a...
But now, unfortunately, with the court ruling that's been put against you now, you can't really hold any parties.
I've still got, no, not only me, anybody can't give a party like me. But you'll be able to give it because you're not known, so you'll get away with it. But these laws were passed in 1750, and my barrister, David Spence, said that he's looked it up in the law books. It's definitely against the law for anybody to give a party like mine, and money's got nothing to do with it, whether they're prostitutes or straight girls. If the police wanted to make a raid and they caught 2 people in the bedrooms, they are, you know, they can charge you for running a brothel.
But if 2 people are kind of...
So I think we ought to start changing these very old laws, don't you?
Maybe we should. Also, a lot of the parties I've been to have been in big trouble.
I know, they've got parties worse than mine.
Yeah.
It's just that they played my parties up a bit.
That's a real shame. Well, what does the future hold for them if there are no more parties? What kind of things...
I'm very upset about that. Well, for the next 2 years, I think I'd be so busy I should be kept out of mischief.
Yeah.
I shan't be tempted to give any parties for 2 or 3 years.
Doing a lot of chat shows instead.
So I expect the police will watch me after 2 or 3 years.
But,
We'll get her.
Because I'm lucky enough. I've been to Cynthia's house on business, and
No, in the interest of research.
in the interest of research. Oh, that was the excuse I gave. Yeah. And but it's a lovely big place. I mean, surely you could, I don't know, do something with that maybe.
Oh yes, I was thinking that as I've got to go straight now. Oh, how life can be boring, can't it? I was thinking that to get in with the Americans, you know, these one-day trips. The Americans will see my film because it's gone down. It is going to go down well in America. So I thought about inclusive trips to Ambleside Avenue.
What, guided tour?
Well, like a guided tour, like a coach. It's just an idea. And so these Yanks would love to come to the real place where it all happened.
I bet they would.
And there I could be sort of hosting, you know,
well, you just point out stains and doors
and I could show them the doors that are busted down. I mean, I showed you the doors.
Well, I bet your carpets have got a very interesting history as well.
No, cigarette burns.
Cigarette burns. We've heard so much about your parties that me and the boys, Nick, I've got a bit of music here. We've cooked up a kind of tribute to you here. We have an album we've put together.
Nice of you.
Lyrics for Lunchtime Lovers. There you go.
Oh,
All kind of post-prandial party favourites on one album. And you can't buy this album. You can't get it through the mail order. In fact, we can't even give it away.
You're going to give it to me,
To you, Cynthia. Yeah, Cynthia, you can have the album.
Thank you very much.
That's a great
I
way
like
for you.
pictures of me and you on the front.
I think that's nice, don't you?
Yeah.
You make an interesting couple there.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Yeah, I don't like toy boys, though.
Can you?
No.
Well, speaking of that, Nick's our very own toy boy, as you can see. The pup in a string, aren't you, Nick? And we're coming near the end of our series, we're about halfway through, but at the end of our series, I'm thinking of throwing a little kind of bash to end it all, and I wondered whether you might come in and organise it for
Arrange
us.
the party at the end. Oh,
Will you
I'd
do
love that. I've been in my element.
In your own? Well, I think I'll have to give you a call in the near future. Thank you very much, Cynthia Payne. So my next guest caused quite a stir when he came on a few weeks ago, mainly in people's stomachs. And just to prove he's not the only one who can bring things back, will you please welcome Stevie Starr